What's up, guys? Gary the Champ 34 here with another video, and this is going to be my video on top Kalos Pokemon in the competitive standpoint, competitive battling, because I'm a competitive battler. So this is just going to be not really in list format. People like to make top 10s, top 5s. Sometimes they're opinionated, sometimes they're not, based on real stats. But this is just going to be a list that I've compressed of just Pokemon in 6th gen that were introduced. No Megas, no Pokemon that, had a new type or lost a type or whatever. Just Pokemon that were introduced in 6th gen that I feel that are really good competitively. They're on the top of the list of competitive Pokemon in 6th gen. Like, as in threatening, they're good in any way. So, yeah. So, first of all, I'm going to start out with Greninja. So, Greninja is a Water Dark Pokemon. It's usually used as a special attacker. It was one of the starters. It's probably the best start in my opinion. Greninja gets an ability, its hidden ability is called Protean, and before the Pokemon, this is its definition, before the Pokemon uses a move, it becomes a pure Pokemon of that type. So, basically, if you want to use, like, Dark Pulse with Greninja, instead of being a Water Dark type, it turns into just a plain Dark type. It doesn't turn into anything else. It turns into the type that the move that it uses. So, say it uses U-turn. Say it's a Water Dark, it just turns right into a Bug type, which is awesome. You can take advantage of that. That's never been seen before. That's first introduced in 6th gen. So there's that. So people like to run Protean Greninja with Life Orb or Choice Specs or Scarf. And then I've also seen a lead Greninja with Focus Sash, and Greninja actually gets Spikes and Toxic Spikes, which is really good. And it also, it gets Taunt. So basically the moves it gets is like Dark Pulse, Hydro Pump, Spikes, Surf, Taunt, U-turn. It even gets Shadow Sneak, Ice Beam, Extra Sensory. So that's basically Greninja. It's just, and then its base stats, it has a base 103 special attack and a whopping 122 speed. So, and its defenses and they're decent. And then 67 defense and then 71 special defense, and then its HP is 72. So it's not bad. It's not obviously not bulky, but it's not bad. It's not too bad, like frail. And its attack is even 95, so if you want to run like Shadow Sneak and then like U-turn, that's not too bad. So there's Greninja. So let's go on to Diggersby though. Diggersby though. Oh, I had to do that. So Diggersby. People think that he sucks. People like him. People hate the design. I love the design, honestly. I think the design's awesome. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people that I know, but Diggersby, basically the only reason why it's good is because of its hidden ability, Huge Power. Now, the only other Pokemon that has Huge Power, or no, not the only other. The other Pokemon that has Huge Power that people like to compare him to is Azumarill. But actually, Diggersby, Azumarill's bulkier than Diggersby, but Diggersby has more attack and more speed. So, speaking of attack and speed, its speed stat, its base stat is 78, which is not bad. And it's actually pretty bad. And its attack is 56, so it's not really that good. But with Huge Power, its attack is doubled, which is, amazing for Diggersby. So I mean, Diggersby, you run Life Orb or Choice Band, and then the moveset Earthquake, Return. It even gets U-turn for Switch Initiative. Quick Attack. It gets what else? Brick Break, Stone Edge. So that's basically Diggersby. Diggersby, like in the past, we've gotten, Raticates for the normal Pokemon. And by the way, Diggersby typing is normal ground. So, I mean, people say that the normal typing kind of hinders it a little bit. But, I mean, I like the stab on return, And, yeah, so that's Diggersby. So, let me go on to Noivern. Now, Noivern is usually a special attacker. Noivern is a flying and dragon type, and it gets the abilities Frisk, Infiltrator, and Telepathy. Infiltrator is pretty cool. It ignores the protection and stat boost caused by the move Substitute, Reflect, Light Screen, and Safeguard by the opponent are ignored, which is pretty cool. But I usually like to run the ability Frisk. Now, Frisk reveals the foe's held items. So, say the foe has a Gengar, a Pinsir, and a Heracross. If you send in Noivern and one of those Pokemon it out, you can see what item the Pokemon has, which is really cool because you can find out what Mega the Pokemon has. So I usually lead with Noivern on one of my teams, so maybe if they want to lead with something, you can tell on their item. But Noivern's his base stats It has a attack of 70 and HP of 85, which is, the HP is decent, but the attack, you know, I don't see really you running attack Noivern. Its defense is special defense or base 80, and its speed is 97, and its speed is a high 123. So let's go back to Greninja. I think, yeah, so Greninja has a 122. So Noivern just outspeeds. So people like to run, you know, I've really only heard of choice specs. I could be wrong. I probably am. There's probably other sets, but all I really know and that I'm familiar with is choice specs. So, you know, he gets the moves Flamethrower, Focus Blast, Hurricane, and Draco Meteor, U-Turn, Roost. It even gets Boom Burst, that new normal type move where it's 140 base and it hits adjacent Pokemon, including allies. So it's 100 accuracy. So that's pretty cool. But that's basically Noivern. It's pretty damn fast, and I see it being high. So, alright, so let's go on to Talonflame now. Talonflame, it has its hidden ability, Gale Wings, which is cool. And Gale Wings is, it gives priority to flying type moves. So, you know, you come in with Talonflame, and you can set up with Bulk Up, Swords Dance. I've seen both of those. You can go Choice Banded, and then you have priority Brave Bird, which is ridiculous. I mean, just think about that. I mean, it can act as a perfect revenge killer, and then at the same time, you get Roost. So there's priority Roost. So even though it gets, like, butt-fucked by Stealth Rocks, you know, you gotta have a spinner on your team. Excadrill is not banned yet. I don't think it will be because of the new steel mechanics, how Dark and Ghost aren't resisted anymore, but, you know, you have an Excadrill and a Talonflame, so that's your rapid spinner for him. Cover. So Talonflame gets Flare Blitz. All you need is, you know, if you want to do choice, it also gets U-Turn. If you want to do choice ban, you know, at the top of my head, Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, I don't know, U-Turn, and then like another move, I don't know, but there's that. You know, you can run a choice banded one. I've seen bulk up ones, which is the one that I run, Swords Dance. So yeah, that's Talonflame. So it's basically pretty good. Its attack is 81 base. Its defense is 60 or 71. Its special defense is 69. And its special attack is 74, so I would see people running an attacking one. And then its speed, I think it's higher than Noivern. Yeah, it is. Its speed is, wow, it's 126 base speed, so that's pretty damn fast. And at the same time, it gives priority to their flying type moves with Gale Wings. So yeah, so that's Talonflame. So next is going to be Goodra. Now, Goodra is a really good Pokemon. I have yet to use Goodra, really, but, you know, I see people using Goodra. Its abilities to get to Sap Sipper, Hydration, and Gooey. Sap Sister, yeah. Sap Sipper is, I really wouldn't see that being used too often. Hydration, same thing, because the Rain was nerfed this gen, so it's only 5 turns, just like if you use Rain Dance, so I wouldn't see that. And then there's Gooey. So Gooey is contact with the Pokemon lowers the attacker's speed stat, which is pretty good. I think that's decent, because, you know, Goodra's defense is not too high, so maybe they want to go for that. So his base stats is he has a 100 attack, which is really good, I think. It's base 70 defense, which is not bad. It's base 110 special attack, which is better than attack. So I would run special attacks on it. And then, holy shit, it's got a base 150 special defense. So I would run, you know, if you want to run an Assault Vest one, which is an item, let me read the description from Showdown. Its holder's special defense is increased by 1.5, but it can only, or it's multiplied by 1.5, but it can only use damaging moves. So if you want to run Assault Vest, you can, and then, like, you can do leftovers, but Assault Vest would just boost its special defense by, like, so much. And then, you know, if you wanted to run Assault Vest, it gets, you know, it gets Dragon Breath. I've been seeing used by, actually, you know what, Sucker for Jessica used Shadow Breath, yeah, Dragon Breath in one of his battles, and he was like, you know, since I have my Assault Vest on Goodra, I'll just use that since there's a chance of me getting paralysis. So that's pretty cool that he did that idea. I thought that was ingenious. But Goodra gets Fire Blast, Muddy Water, Focus Blast, Sludge Bomb, which is perfect for fairy types. That's a really good counter to fairies. So yeah, it gets, you know, the basic Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse, Dragon Breath. So yeah, so that's Goodra. So I would see it being ran as like a wall type thing. But it also could be an attacker, you know, choice specs or life orb or whatever. So that's Goodra. So finally on the list, you guys had to see this coming, is my boy Aegislash. Now Aegislash, people say he's the best Pokemon in competitive right now to this day. I think he's pretty up there. Like, I don't think that one Pokemon is the best, because they're all different in each way. They're different as different things. So that's why I made this not a list. Like, Goodra is a wall, while, you know, Greninja is an offensive threat, and it can also set up hazards. So, I mean, you know, if you want to make the best walls, that's one thing. But anyway, so Aegislash is just an amazing Pokemon. Its ability is called Stance Change, which when you use it, if you use an attacking move, it changes to its Blade form, which switches its stats. So his stats is a base 50 attack. His defense is a base 150 in its shield form, and its special attack is a base 50, which is not good for either of those until I explain Stance Change. And then its special defense is 150, same as defense. And then its speed is 60, so its speed is not very good, but Stance Change is like this. So, say you use Shadow Sneak on Aegislash, it will change it to its shield form, and its base stats with its defense and its defenses and its attacks, it will switch. So attack will be 150, special attack will be 150, while the defenses will stay at 50, just like the attacks from before, if that makes sense. But so there's that, and then Aegislash has this new move that it gets called King Shield, which I think it's exclusive to that. But King Shield is like, it protects the users from attacks, and if the user gets attacked by contact, its special attack, its attack is lowered by 2 stages. So that's crucial. If it's, you know, Aegislash is just mind games with the opponent. So, you know, that's Aegislash. You run a leftover set with, you know, you make it have Swords Dance, King Shield, Sacred Sword. I like running over Iron Head, because you can use that against your normal types, and then Shadow Sneak. So yeah, so that's Aegislash, and then I've also seen people run special attacking ones. So that's going to be the list of Pokemon that I think are the best in 6th Gen that were introduced. So yeah, so please like the video, comment, please show this video to a whole bunch of people. I'd love for this video to get popular, make my channel more, you know, noticeable. So thank you guys for watching, and later.